10 years for this? For a quick time event? What? Great job that wasting 10 years on a game that did not improve any aspect or anything else in combat or exploring. It feel like you wasted 10 years. I would say 5 years, because you had to redo the game because you didn't like how it came out. And then the graphics, you spend half the time in development on graphic alone. It doesn't make the game. And this is why I'm giving this a disappointment. This is the thing that gets me upset. It's a disappointment. I'm fed up on games that they only care about graphics and muscle. If your combat and your gameplay is not great, it just falls apart. And this is the last time I fall for this shit again. Final Fantasy 15 focus on 4 characters and goes on a road trip on his wedding, I would say day, because it doesn't even go any that further than that, because his honeymoon didn't even fucking happen either. It's a disappointment in seeing that this game focused on muscle alone. And I have to say, The Witcher 3 did better. And even though graphically it's not great and full bugs, it was fun to play and the story was a lot longer and better. Now, I did feel some kind of connection with the characters later on in the story, but if you had to focusing on itself, just 3 movies in, or 2 movies in, or maybe the anime, I don't care. Don't separate the content just because you can. And this is why Final Fantasy 15 was a lackluster of a PS3 that could have been, then didn't. Remember they did the Duke Nukem? Remember they did Metal Gear Solid 5? It doesn't take great graphics comes when you have great gameplay. Combat alone is just a waste of fucking time. You press one button, that's fine, but you have to hold down the button and plus dodge at the same time, like it's something new. Maybe they should have done something a little bit better with that. And exploring the world, it is great. I have to say the graphics is great, yes. The solid game, yes. I have not really been in a moment that it's full of bugs. It's maybe here and there, but it's not a lot to notice. Now, this is the first title that released without a bug. Thank you. Okay? Thank you for making a solid game. But when your combat falls short, then we should talk. We should talk and say, hey, you know what? I don't like to hold down a button and then get confused on what's going on, because that doesn't work. It doesn't work out. You're making shit confusing. You're making me actually have to stop, go back, fight the camera, reposition myself. Because if you did this with Kingdom Hearts a couple years ago, 1 and 2, then you should rework something out, because Crisis Core done better. And that's on the PSP. It's saying a lot. Now, no means that this game is a bad game. It's just lacking some other factors. It's just too much meat with no flavor. That's what this game is about. It needs more improvement. Games like this that when you rush, not even rush, you take your time and you don't have the idea of gameplay, that becomes a fucking sad game. Fuck that. I want my games to be fun again. What happened? What about fun? It doesn't exist? Now, I'm going to show you two differences between people who actually waited years for and the people who doesn't really give a fuck if you waited years for and giving a half-ass saying that, hey, this is first timers and regular players. Fuck that. Check this out. Now, this is the two copies between two different games. This is Final Fantasy 15, all its cover. That's it. Okay, that's all you get. The Witcher 3. Okay, same price. This is not day one release. This is not a pre-order. This is a game that I got in retail. 64. Now, look at this. Okay, nice and cover. Let's take it out of the wrapping. Okay, look. Right, this is a lot heavier than this. What's going on? All right, let's check inside. Oh, look at that. Witcher 3 give us stickers. Yeah, stickers. You know, a CD, soundtrack. Ooh, look at that, right? Now, manual, map, and everything, right? That's what Final Fantasy got. 10 years for the fans that have been waiting, right? This is what we got. This is what we got. Paper. What happened? What happened? This seems a little weak, you know, thanking fans for waiting for so long, right? Yeah, look. Taking, like, oh, more games that you're releasing. Oh, more HD. Oh, okay. And what's this? A book? Strategy guide? Oh, we don't have that for 10 years, right? No. But what's going on with CD Projekt Red? Give us everything that we're waiting for. And even thanks to fans for being so patient. You know? Thanking the fans. You know? What's going on? What's going on? This is what I'm saying. This is a joke. Now, after that rant, let's really talk about the four characters actually. Ignis, Prompto, Gladio, and the prince. I keep forgetting his name. Noctis, I think. Yeah, Noctis. And they go on not even a quest, just revenge quests. Because take back their kingdom, save the day, and that's about it. Now you got side quests, and you also have dungeon crawler, and I had to say also arms finding, because you got to update and upgrade your status and weapons, and the weapons are a joke. Weapons are a joke because they are the same. They don't matter. The only weapons that matter is when the prince upgrade his weapons to a let's say finding his heritage weapons. That's it. And the thing that all the weapons are the same is a joke. So not a lot's going on with the game except style. No style. You can't change your outfits. You can't change this. You can't change that. It's stuck what the game wants you to play and wants you to find, and that's kind of sad. Also, combat fishing. Can't forget the combat fishing. Yeah, plus also the before update and after update. Here's the thing about the updates. Before the updates, there were a couple bugs. There were a couple breaking gameplay. You say that you do a mission, it didn't show up. After the update, the game runs a little smoother. Characters and the pop-ups doesn't exist, and the update was like a 90 gigabyte. That's pretty much half the game. Now, also the factor that the game did fall behind is the stealth segment. In the fantasy game, it does not work. Stealth in a Final Fantasy game, it's pointless. The character, here's the thing: if you're really good at it, it's not Metal Gear, first of all, and when you try and sneak around, it's the enemy knows we're gonna find you. It doesn't matter if you sneak around, but it does give you that extra point, and it makes things easier if you don't. And then the second half of the game does slow down a bit. It slowed down to the point that you're helpless, and especially helpless watching this gameplay. It pisses me off. It's the fact that the entire time that you're playing the game, it's action packed, it's fast paced, and then they expect you to play a stealth segment or a sneaking around segment or any segment in it. It's pointless. But it has to prove the story, right? I don't really feel that they didn't need it, and again, it felt like it could have been like dropped. But again, it's improving something new for fans and people who are not fans. So they gotta keep it open-minded. But the combat system and the stealth system, those are the biggest flaws that this game's gonna have. They can't fix it, it can't go away, but it's there, and as long as you can beat the game, it's not that hard, and it's not that challenging, because you can find ways to cheat the game in combat and improving. And plus, the button prompts don't work either. Half the time you try to proceed, do a mission, you always have to have that Witcher 3 moment that you try and press a button and you're doing something else. I think they could have fixed that a little bit better too. Now, with all this is happening, with a long development cycle, a lot of games has released and came out, and that could be a problem with the gameplay. Is that you have such great games that came out over the course of 10 years, and you got sequels in those 10 years too, and they did a better job with a combat system. Yes, Final Fantasy has a legendary status of not breaking the mold, and they kept, going at it. I kind of feel like it was more like Crisis Core, Final Fantasy 7, and it felt like Kingdom Hearts, and I think it was that easy route for people who could get into a Final Fantasy game, who again been around for 20 years. It's kind of like redundant at that point. So when you also have is abilities that adds in the gameplay, like the summons. So with the summons, does it break and make the game? Not exactly, but it does have some awesome moments. Those are the things I'm going to show you later in the video. But also the driving segments are gorgeous scenes. A lot of gorgeous scenes. I mean, I had to say this: when it's morning or dusk, it shines. When you're driving the Regalia, great feeling. Sometimes you don't even have to drive; you have someone drive for you. It's a great feeling, and get a sense of awe when you're just looking around. And when you improve on the story, you get a little boat ride. You get a little scenery going on. You expand yourself a little bit, and that's when you really see the distance between the world. When you see how big it is, how epic it's going to be, and it's a beautiful game. I have to say, even though it looks a little bit like a PS3. If a PS3 game was a high quality graphics of it and high, like this is what it looked like. Now, it haven't improved, but it's really gorgeous. It's a gorgeous game. It's freaking huge, gorgeous game, and that's what they kind of spend so much time on, so much effort on, and I kind of really enjoy it because I was really amazed. What also amazed me too is the details and the animation and the people in the game, especially Cindy. I cannot get enough about Cindy. I think Cindy's the hottest wifey in the game. Check this out.
Why, she's looking and this goes there. There. I'd say my work here is done.
God, I cannot get over that Cindy girl. Well, also the fact that other cool things in the game, including the summons, are pretty fantastic looking too. The world, the action, mostly the action, but again, the summons are really awesome to look at, and I think those are some of the best animation I've seen so far in a Final Fantasy. It's fucking crazy. It was almost like a goddamn movie. You gotta check it out. Plus, also, there's a little Matrix action sequence here too, and it's not that bad either. It is really good. It kind of reminds me of Neo versus Agent Smith. Also, like a little bit of Dragon Ball Z too. A lot of times, there's a great action sequence in the game. So, hey, enjoy.
And you've gone to such lengths to prepare.
Merely my duty.
All for an outsider to lead the Imperial army must be a battle in itself. You've spoken to Lady Lunafreya.
But anyway, even though you have all the action sequence in the world, your 10 years expansion of the game, but I did have fun with it. Half of it, I had fun. And I have to say it's an average game for a good, majority of it. Worth the wait? Not really. Was it a great, fantastic game you should rent it or buy? Yes. Give it a chance. But do not have your hopes up for anything new. And don't let your, passion delude you either. It's a great game, great buy. Just a little letdown. Alright, this is John the Edge Gamer. I'll catch you next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, boy.
Whoa! This is awesome. Taking the high road.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.